And good evening, baseball fans. Hope all is well today on the sixth day of Christmas and the first day of 2026. Philip Reynolds joining us here in the ballpark. And so tonight, um, cousin Ken Castro and I are going to lock up. And there's the challenge already. Game four of the 1912 World Series. My New York Giants against his Boston Red Sox. New York leading the series 2-1. All right. So, yeah. And APBA Go Baseball. Jump back. Jump back. Kiss myself. There we go. Channeling my inner James Brown there. All right. Play ball. All right. Just waiting for cousin Ken to do his alchemy voodoo machinations, what have you there. As we wait and we wait and we wait. Go Boston, says Philip. All right. That's right. Philip doesn't approve of long-haired magicians either, so we're all right though. All right. Where is it? Waiting for it here. I don't know what direct means. Oh, okay. Yep. Blah. Ken's doing something. He's up to something. He's up to something. I don't know what. Hey, Barbara. All right. You approve. There you go. Long-haired magicians. We're all right. Yeah. All right. So what does direct mean? What am I supposed to click on this? I'll wait till it says play ball. Ken's there. It is. I knew Ken was up to something. Up to usually. I mean, he's typical Portuguese. He's nefarious as all get out. He is. He's nefarious. He's a scallywag. And here we go. All right. So I got to start Jeff Tesro, says Ken. All right, so boink. And default lineup. And done. Yeah. So hopefully earlier people found the video about complex baseball sims and stuff like that helpful. I hope you did. All right. So Ken is monkeying about. He's monkeying about with his lineup. He's being a right tosser, he is. Philip saying hi to Barbara. And yeah. So cousin Ken is like, so he hasn't even made his appearance. He's on APBA Go, but he's not in here. He's trying to do the stealth Sicario assassin ninja type thing here against the mighty New York Giants here of 1912. That's all right. Maddie starts game 5, so that'll be fun. So he's starting his ace tonight. There he is. Okay. Cousin Ken Castro. No, awesome dude. We're gonna be playing a lot of APBA Go as we can through the next coming couple decades and stuff, and it'll be fun. Got to meet up with this man though, and head to head. That'll be fun. There we go. So again, because there's only one ballpark in APBA Go, and really park effects don't really, so we have to pretend that this is the Polo Grounds, even though it's Great American Ballpark, and forget about the lights and the water and the sexy scoreboard over there, and we're in the Polo Grounds. So, all right. So welcome in the New York Giants leading this series 2-1, and what fun we're going to have. So the starting defense here for the New York Giants in left field, Bills Becker, in center, Red Murray, and right, Fred Snodgrass. Fred Merkel at first base, Larry Doyle at second, Art Fletcher at short, Buck Herzog at the hot corner, catching Chief Myers, and on the mound, Jeff Tesro. Leading off here for the visiting Boston Red Sox is the Hall of Famer Harry Hooper. And we are ready to get underway here. Game 4 of this replay of the 1912 World Series. There we go. All right, so now I've got to move this over to here. And Tesro deals, and this is going to be a base hit. And Fred Snodgrass makes an error, sort of just like he did in the 1912 World Series. And Harry Hooper, with speed, is in scoring position at second. All right, this guy is a troublemaker now coming up. One of the greatest of all time, Tris Speaker. So Tris Speaker at the plate. Tesreau peers over his right shoulder at the fleet of foot Harry Hooper. Peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers, and here is the pitch. And this is going to be a double cranked out to left center into the power alley. And Harry Hooper's going to easily score. And Boston draws first blood here at the top of the first. So Speaker with speed. And I expect there's going to be a steal coming here anytime as Duffy Lewis steps into the box. And Speaker at second. 1-0 Boston. And here's the pitch from Jeff Tesreau. And Duffy Lewis tries to bunt twice, so looking like that Boston trying to play a little bit of station-to-station ball here. All right, misses a bunt attempt with 2 strikes. Tesreau from the belt and the delivery. So again, people, there's a little bit of, oh my goodness. And this one is cranked, and this one is going high and deep and open the window and mini. Duffy Lewis with a 2-run shot, and the Red Sox here in the top of the first have plated 3. Good luck, huh? Man, this is crazy stuff. All right. So Jeff Tesreau getting touched up early. And even though I'm starting Mathewson tomorrow night, Matty could pitch to Helen back. And so I got to keep a really short leash here. Still nobody out. Brings up Larry Gardner now. Larry Gardner, tough competitor. Here we go. A .315 batting average in 1912 for Larry Gardner. Here's the pitch by Jeff Tesreau. So big home run. Home runs have been important in this game. And Larry Gardner will single to center. And that is all for Jeff Tesreau. I have seen enough. I've seen enough. Tesreau is out of there. Oh, my goodness gracious. I think we're going to bring in, let me see. Might bring in Crandall here. It's Tesreau just he's getting rocked. It's just not, it's not happening here. It's not happening. Or do I want to bring in Red Ames? So similar grade pitchers. We got to shut these Boston clowns down here a little bit. So I really want to save Mathewson and Marquardt if I can. Let's go with Red Ames. Red Ames is like, wait a minute, I haven't. There we go. All right. So Tesreau, well, he's would have faced his 5th batter. So here is Jake Stahl. So Larry Gardner on at first. And let me make sure this is, yep, okay. Ames finishes warm up, and here we go. Let's see if he can start shutting down this explosive Boston offense. And Larry Gardner off to the races. The throw down by Chief Myers, and Gardner in there. He's safe. All right, here's the pitch once again to Jake Stahl. Boston playing very, very aggressively right now. And here's the pitch. And Jake Stahl is out at first. So Larry Gardner fields it and fires across. But on the play, Herzog fields it, and on the play, Gardner moves to third. So here we go. 3-0, just like that. How about it, Philip? All right, brings up Bill Kerrigan now. And no, he is not going to be pitching from the windup, pitching from the stretch. All right, here we go. So finally, 1 out as the 6th man comes to the plate here. And here is the pitch to Bill Kerrigan. And the ball's a foul fly. The ball will be caught, but the runners may attempt for an extra base. Do I want to catch the ball? No, because Ken is tricky like that. All right, so Kerrigan will foul out to Fred Merkel. Let's move this along here. And here is the pitch. Kerrigan will fly out to right field as Snodgrass makes the catch. So 2 away, not out of the wood yet. Again, this 1912 Boston Red Sox team is just incredible. All right, here's Steve Yerkes now. And Boston with a 4-0 lead here in the first. So, and Yerkes is grounds this one to Art Fletcher, across to Fred Merkel, and finally, that takes care of the Boston Red Sox. But what a mess! 7 men come to the plate, 4 of them score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox 4, and the Giants coming to bat. So starting defense here for the 1912 Boston Red Sox. In left field, Duffy Lewis, and center Harry Hooper. And right, Tris Speaker. At first base, Jake Stahl. At second, Steve Yerkes. At short, is this Charlie Krug? Marty Krug. I always get him mixed up. At third, Larry Gardner catching Bill Kerrigan. And on the mound, the ace of this staff, none other than the great Smokey Joe Wood. So no mercy ever. Nope. No. Oh my. You guys saw mercy rule in dead ball baseball? No. That stuff was Little League and 1850s baseball, when baseball was still a genteel game. Nope. That's all right. We're here to play, and, it's fun, and it's also competitive. Ken, good sound baseball there, and Tesreau absolutely stinking up the Polo Grounds here. All right, leading off here then is Fred Snodgrass. Smokey Joe Wood ready to deal. Fly ball. And this went out to left field. Duffy Lewis tracks it down for out number 1. All right, coming to the plate here. Something's going on here. There we go. Fred Merkel. All right. Someone is missing their sarcasm meter. I know exactly. I know you're playing around, man. Believe me. All good. But there is no mercy, baby. No mercy, nonetheless. All right. And so Fred Merkel is going to be a big swing and a miss. So 2 up, 2 down here for the New York Giants, who I think forgot to bring their bats today. And here's Chief Myers now. And the pitch, and this one base hit into right field. So at least New York able to get on the board. John McGraw looking a little bit frustrated there in the dugout as Larry Doyle steps to the plate. All right, no speed at first in Chief Myers. And here's the pitch. And this one is going to be infield hit to third. Gardner up with it. He's going to hold on to the ball. So now New York with 2 on, 2 down for Beals Becker. All right, Becker, left-handed batter in there again. John McGraw wishing that Doyle and Myers were switching places, but Chief Myers rather slow. Here is the pitch, and it doesn't matter as Beals Becker swinging a miss, strike 3. That ends the Giants first. We go to the top of the second. The Red Sox lead the Giants 4-0. All right, Marty Krug will lead things off here, then Buck Herzog and Art Fletcher. All right, Red Ames, honor relief of Jeff Tesreau. So things not boding well right now. Red Sox looking to tie up this World Series. And we head back to Boston. But we got to get through this one. Take care of these guys right now. What we got to do. All right, the pitch from Red Ames. So there's a little delay. It happens. So 'tis all good, Oh, it is. So while waiting for this to come in, I was like to talk about movies, man. So one of my favorite movies in the world, I don't know why I'm thinking about it right now, is Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. If you haven't seen that movie, you really should. One of Russell Crowe's best films. All right, and Marty Krug, base hit to right. This one gets between Fred Merkel and Larry Doyle into right field. Snodgrass up with it quickly. All right, so here we go. The Boston Red Sox picking up their fifth hit, and we are, of course, holding the runner. And here is Smokey Joe Wood. Smokey Joe Wood, a very good hitting pitcher, by the way. You look at that batting average there for 1912, 290, including a home run. All right. Ames winds and deals. Let's see. Is he going to bunt with an excellent hitting pitcher up there? Infield looking to turn two here. And this one, a fly ball center field. Red Murray has it. One away. Back to first goes Marty Krug. All right. Back at the top of the order now for Harry Hooper. Harry Hooper, 1 for 1, and a run scored in that big first inning for the Boston Red Sox. Here's a pitch by Red Ames. And Harry Hooper will be happy to know that he has two balls on him if you read the little play by play up there. I know I would be too, and am. And Harry Hooper is getting a little ground ball job here. Doyle will shuttle on to Fred Merkel on the play. Krug will move to second, so two away. Ames trying to just keep things sort of locked down now for the Giants to get back in the game. Speaker now in there, 1 for 1, has an RBI double in this game. The Gray Eagle is somebody we've got to keep off. And that's not going to happen. And this one cranked into left center field into the power alley. And once again, Tris Speaker back-to-back RBI doubles. And the Boston Red Sox now lead the Giants 5-0. All right, here's Duffy Lewis. Duffy Lewis having a good day. He's got that 2-run homer last time up. So New York pitching looking pretty bad, but John McGraw wanting to hold on to Christy Mathewson and Rube Marquard for Game 5 in Boston. All right, Red Ames brings it home to Duffy Lewis, and Duffy Lewis swing and a miss, strike 3. So that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. The Boston Red Sox tack on another. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Giants nothing here in Game 4 of the 1912 World Series. All right. So Red Murray will lead things off for the Giants, Buck Herzog and Art Flesher. And there is D. Scott Howard. D. Scott Howard saying hello to everybody. Welcome in, D. Scott. All right, Smokey Joe Wood doing a damn fine job here, throwing a 2-hitter, which is in the bottom of the second, but still. And Red Murray swung on fly ball center field. Harry Hooper on his horse, and he has it for out number 1. All right. In the box now is Buck Herzog. And Smokey Joe Wood delivers. So I should grab some dice sometime, cuz, and I don't know how you'd see my dice, but it'd be kind of fun because you can do manual input in this. All right, not sure what happened there, so let's do it again. All right, there we go. And Art Fletcher will draw the walk. So 2 out, and New York has a man on, but a lot of work to do here. A lot of work to do here. All right. Red Ames at the plate. This is obviously not a bunt situation. Fletcher with good speed, but we're going to see if Ames can get something done here for us. Just looking at his batting average, 224. So definitely not the match of his mount opponent, Smokey Joe Wood. And there we go. So this one grounded to Steve Yerkes onto Krug, and that will retire the side. New York held scoreless again. We go to the top of the third, 5-0 Boston. And we will have the number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Boston 9, Gardner, Stahl, and Kerrigan. Red Ames kicks and fires. Fly ball out to right field. Snodgrass has it. One up, one down. All right. Jake Stahl now in the box. Uh, and Red Ames lets it go. And Jake Stahl, little bloop base hit into right field. So kind of tapping it the other way. And Stahl is on at first. So New York with its second hit of the ball game as Bill Kerrigan is in the box now. All right. So Jake Stahl aboard and Red Ames ready to deal one down. See if we can turn two here. And no, they're seeing giant pitching beautifully. So Bill Kerrigan, this one, a double over first. Snodgrass goes over, retrieves it, and Kerrigan's going to pull up at second, and Stahl will hold at third. So two in scoring position here for the New York or for the Boston Red Sox. And it brings up Steve Yerkes. So Yerkes nothing for one. And let's make sure that we are pitching from the stretch. There we go. Red Ames brings it home. Not a double play situation here. And Steve Yerkes will send this fly ball out to center field, and Red Murray has it. So two down, but New York not out of the proverbial woods yet. Marty Krug in the box now. Krug is 1 for 1 and a run scored. Oh, wait, what the hell happened there? Oh, okay. Gunning for the extra base. And there we go. Just ended the play. So another run scores. It's 6-0 Boston, turning into a slaughter, but I shall neither give quarter nor ask it. How about a cousin? Not in dead ball baseball, buddy. All right, here is Marty Krug. And he's going to take first on a walk. Looking pretty bad here. We're at the top of the order. Ames just not getting it done either. So John McGraw, once again, is going to go to his bench. So it's something unusual in dead ball baseball, but this is the World Series after all. This is the Army, Mr. Whomever. Hey, Will Tool, Happy New Year. Never toss it. Well, that's the thing. So yeah, I can't. We're doing this, but I'd love to. It'd be great. But yeah, cuz how am I rolling 66s on everything? It's amazing. All right, we're gonna turn things around a little bit. Let's just have some fun here. Hooks Wiltsey, so named because he had a hell of a curveball. All right, so Wiltsey in there now. So third pitcher for the New York Giants in as many innings. Actually, not even quite. So if you're doing well, Will, Happy New Year to you and happy or merry sixth day of Christmas as well. All right, here's the pitch to Smokey Joe Wood. Kerrigan at second, Krug at first. And the count 2 balls, no strikes on Smokey Joe Wood. Hooks Wiltsey lets it go. And little ground out there, 3 unassisted. And that will retire the side. But the Giants pick up the Red Sox pick up another. We go to the bottom of the third. 6-0 Boston. And it will be Snodgrass, Merkel, and Myers, the 1, 2, 3 of this Giants order. Smokey Joe Wood ready to go. And fly ball, Duffy Lewis has it for 1 out. So Smokey Joe Wood working on a 2-hitter right now. Oops. All right, and here's Fred Merkel. And Fred Merkel with a double into the gap in right center field. And first extra base hit for the New York Giants. But again, right now the score is like many parsecs to nothing in favor of the Red Sox. All right, Chief Myers now up there. He is 1 for 1. And this is going to be a little ground ball. Merkel will fire onto third. Marty Krug to Jake Stahl. And on the play, so Merkel moves to third. And 2 down. So again, New York finding it once again in as many innings in a situation of having a man on and 2 out. So not a lot of option here for the McGraw 9. Just gotta swing away. All right, here is the pitch to Larry Doyle, and Larry Doyle is going to send this out to Jake Stahl at first base. A little pop up on the infield, and that does it. New York turned away again. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Boston Red Sox 6, and the New York Giants nothing. Nothing. Nada. Nunca. All right, cousin Ken back there grinning like a Portuguese Cheshire cat, if such a thing exists. Cousin Ken's doing it, and I love it. All right, here's Harry Hooper today. 1 for 2 and a run scored. John DFW, how you doing, man? And Harry Hooper, we finally get him out. We get him out because this could be good. We get the first batter out of the inning. Love it. So grounder to Fletcher, fires on to Fred Merkle for the 6-3 put out. I have to say that with playing, I love both of these games, but I'm finding, and I'm hoping that again, these aren't made for people like doing content creation or things like that. But I find Strat right. I find Strat because that the play is right there. I see that, but this one, it's like, and I love this game, but I have to like, I always have to retool myself with this one because sometimes it'll come up with a more kind of verbose kind of double play, but like some of these get a little bit like confusing. So I know what's going on, but I don't know like sort of like how to call it, right? Because this will say like this play earlier. So Chief Myers was out at first, Fred Merkle to third, Marty Krug to Jake Stahl. So what it should say is Myers out at first, Krug to Stahl, Fred Merkle to third base. So the way the engine puts this in the middle, that gets me tripped up. That has nothing to do with the score. I'm legitimately just getting my arse kicked here. But I just wish for in terms of playing the game, especially when doing it live, that it should just say out what the fielders were, and then if there was an advancement, because that doesn't make any sense because we've got to figure out, okay, who did what where. And yeah, but still love the game. Both games are superb. Both games are superb. All right, here's Tris Speaker. And what a day is Tris Speaker having? Responsible for 2 of the 6 Boston runs. So one away is Speaker going to double again. And no, let's see. He will not. So Tris Speaker actually strikes out. So Hooks Wiltsey finally gets the Gray Eagle out of the way. All right, here's Duffy Lewis now. So 8 hits overall for the Boston Red Sox, just coming out and just pounding the ball today. Seeing Giants hitting like fly ball out to Red Murray, and that will retire the side. So for the first time in the ball game, the Boston Red Sox are turned away. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is still 6-0. Smokey Joe Wood will face Bills Becker, Red Murray, and Buck Herzog here in the bottom of the fourth. Barbara welcoming folks in and everything. Everybody's saying hello. Dave Gardner played APBA tonight and was having issues. Like one outfielder would catch the ball, another outfielder would make the throw. I've seen, yeah. So this is it does have. Let me go ahead and hit swing away so cousin Ken doesn't have to wait here forever. And Bills Becker will draw the walk. So Smokey Joe Wood loses Becker, and this is the first time in the game the Giants have a runner on and nobody out. So yeah, there are some little quirks and some weirdnesses, and I think APBA is actually the older of the 2 games in terms of the digital games between APBA and Strat Max, I think. But Strat Max feels a little bit more like they've got some more stuff worked out. But I've had Strat Max actually just freeze up on me, which is really weird considering it runs off their server. So, but they're still both great games, and I still think that they both have a lot of work to do. But love them both. But so Dave was having some issues with it. All right, I'm not alone. But this drubbing I'm getting by Ken Castro, this is legit. So what can I say? All right, anyhow, here is Red Murray. He is 0-for-1 and base hit to right field. So here come the Giants trying to get something going. And the potential third run now strides to the plate in the person of Buck Herzog. All right. Herzog is nothing for one. Um, all right. So Herzog is out, but the sacrifice is successful. So cousin Ken knew that was coming, right? I know. So modern baseball would dictate you're not going to bunt with with your number 7 guy or anything above that. But I need to get these run. I need to break this. I need to break the shutout. And the way to do it was to get that bunt down and had the speed to do it. And that's why I love dead ball baseball. Just, well, that and many other reasons. All right, first base is open. Smokey Joe Wood's not going to let up an Art Fletcher, though. All right. And here is the pitch by Smokey Joe Wood. And Fletcher's out at first, and the runners are going to hold. So there we go again. So two in scoring position. New York at risk of wasting an opportunity here to possibly put a crooked number with speed on the bases. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep Hooks Wiltsey in there. And that is it. Wiltsey will fly out to the Gray Eagle. We go to the top of the 5th. New York just cannot get it done today. Boston 6 and New York nothing. Can't blame yours. Oh no, believe me, I'm not, John. Not at all. This is a legit arse kicking. But like I said, back there, it should show, what fielder, who's out, then who advances, right? You put it who advances in the middle, and that's kind of jarring. I suppose if you're just playing this game by yourself, then you're okay. But it kind of blows the flow, baby. All right. Anyhow, but yeah, legitimate ass kicking here, man. Absolutely. I'm no sore loser. Not at all. And I haven't lost yet anyhow. All right. So Larry Gardner will be out at first. So grounds this one. So there you go. So how I would do this would be um, they could do this, right? Uh, Gardner grounds to Doyle onto Fred Merkel. Just fix the order of the sentence, even would be nice, right? Doyle to Merkel, Larry Gardner out at first or something. But no, still having fun though, man. You kidding me? Playing with cousin Ken here, man. This is great. All right, here's Jake Stahl. And Jake Stahl, swing and a miss. Strike 3. The other thing that's kind of funny is John Myers to Fred Merkel. If you've noticed that strikeouts in APBA Go always seem like a drop third strike. I've seen that with every strikeout. There's not just a straight up so and so strikes out. It's, then because like on my side, it would have been, or right, so on Ken's side, Kerrigan to whatever, and me, like Myers to Merkel. So I don't know why that is. Maybe that's APBA. Perhaps that's APBA. Everything's a drop third strike or something. Or is that how they just record the beginning of the ball going around the horn? I have no idea. All right. Here is Bill Kerrigan. Kerrigan with a double, an RBI, 1-for-1. And Kerrigan will line this one out to Beals Becker. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Hooks Wiltsey doing his best. He's held Boston scoreless for 2 innings, but New York getting guys on and not getting them around. All right, back at the top of the order for the Gothams, and it's Snodgrass, Merkel, and Meyer. Smokey Joe Wood pitching one whale of a ball game, and he's going to ground this one to short. Marty Krug up with it over to Jake Stahl, and that will retire Snodgrass. That's the way I wanted to read. All right, here's Fred Merkel now. He's 1-for-2 and swing and a miss. And so he's put out by Bill Kerrigan. So I think they have forms. I want to ask them why strikeouts are treated that way. That's weird to me. Okay, so Smokey Joe Wood now to Myers, and Myers is going to tap this one to first. And taking it to bag himself is Jake Stahl. That will retire New York. We go to the top of the 6th. New York goes quietly 6-0 Boston. All right, and we will have Steve Yerkes, Marty Krug, and Smokey Joe Wood. We're going to let Wiltsey hang out in there as he's at least trying to get something done here. So he's keeping the Red Sox on lockdown. But all right, we got a rare play. Rolled a 42, resulting in a 30 on RP board and a foul ball. Boy, that's all. That's a lot there for a foul ball. Okay. And here's the pitch again to Steve Yerkes. Has an RBI in this game. And Steve Yerkes draws the walk. So Hooks Wiltsey gives up his first free pass of the game, brings up Marty Krug, and 1-for-1 with a run scored and a walk. Hooks Wiltsey ready to go. Nobody out and one on here. Marty Krug will send this one out to center field. Red Murray ranging just a bit to his right. So, and so there we go, right? So Marty Krug fly out to Red Murray. Larry Doyle makes the play. So Larry Doyle is here and Red Murray's here. So is that the game's way of kind of talking about maybe a little fly ball that's going out into the shallow outfield? So you guys can see this here. So APBA players, help me with this. Why would this say a fly out to Red Murray and Larry Doyle makes the play? So I think this is something that kind of was talked that John was saying. So again, it's an out, but that's bizarre. So the offense opts to not advance any more runners. Okay. All right. So one away. And Yerkes with speed on first. Here's Smokey Joe Wood. Smokey Joe, nothing for two thus far. Pardon me. And Smokey Joe Wood, singles line drive, base hit to left field. Steve Yerkes is going to hold up at second. They should have sent Yerkes, I think. Stick Tap Sports Network, Happy New Year all, he says. All right. And Gerald, how are you doing, Gerald? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hope all is well with you. He's saying Happy New Year to everyone. And indeed it is. And Merry 60th day of Christmas, too. All right. 2 on, only 1 out. And here is Harry Hooper. And Harry Hooper's a guy we don't want to see up there right now. 1 for 3 with a run scored. Wiltsey lets it go. Can the Gothams get 2 here? And this one popped to short. Fletcher has it, and the runners will hold. Infield fly rule in effect. All right, 2 away, and here comes the Gray Eagle. 2 for 2, 2 RBI doubles in this game. He has struck out once. Can he strike out again? We certainly hope so. So those were back-to-back RBI doubles, too, by the great Trispeaker. And Trispeaker, we're going to call this, he's put out 3 unassisted by Fred Merkel. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. So Hooks Wiltsey is doing his job. So Boston roars out of the gate in the first with 4 runs, 1 run in the second, 1 in the third. New York, all goose eggs up there, but Hooks Wiltsey's kept them scoreless since the third. But has the damage been done? I think so. All right. So everybody greeting Gerald, and Gerald greeting everybody, and we got us a good old time here. All right, cousin. We got Larry Doyle up here, Bills Becker, and Red Murray. And right now, Smokey Joe Wood. And as much as I'm saying that these Giants aren't getting things done, Smokey Joe Wood is just pretty much untouchable here, scattering a powerful New York Giants lineup to just 4 hits thus far. All right, and there we go. Larry Doyle goes down on strike. Smokey Joe Wood has fanned his 4th. So 1 away now. Bills Becker in the box. Bills Becker, he has last time up, I believe he struck out. Here's the pitch from Smokey Joe Wood, and Bills Becker will take first. So 1 away, and brings up Red Murray. And here we go. So Bills Becker off to the races, and he is in there. So trying to see where we are here. Okay, cool. All right, so Beals Becker on there gets the steal, and here's the pitch to Murray. Fly ball to Marty Krug, pop fly, I should say, to the shortstop, Marty Krug, and that is out number 2. So the Giants trying some different tactics. The hit and run just ended up as a stolen base, much to the chagrin of Mr. McGraw and yours truly. And fly ball, and that went out to Trespeaker. He will tap the glove once, twice, and 3 times. And we go to the top of the 7th inning, and the Giants just wasting opportunities, the paucity of opportunities which they have had. The line for Boston thus far, 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. For the New York Giants, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. So Boston threatening to pull even in this series. And it will be Duffy Lewis. So Lewis, Gardner, and Stahl due up. Hooks Wiltsey staying on in relief. He's worked 3 1/3 thus far and held New York scoreless. But John McGraw keeping a close eye on Hooks. And Duffy Lewis sends his fly ball out to center. Red Murray will put it in his pocket for out number 1. Larry Gardner now. Larry Gardner having a good day at the plate here. 1 for 3. Has a stolen base and a run scored. Hooks Wiltsey into the wind. Fires at home. Larry Gardner, this one, just a little tapper out toward between Doyle and Wiltsey. And by the time Doyle gets to the ball, Larry Gardner, with his incredible speed, is on first. So that will be the 10th hit for the Boston Red Sox here. And here comes Jake Stahl now. Jake Stahl 1 for 2 with a run scored, and he struck out once in this game. And Jake Stahl, this one, little tapper to Herzog, a third, long throw across the diamond, and on the play, Larry Gardner will move to second. So runner in scoring position for the New York or for the Boston Red Sox. And here comes Bill Kerrigan now. Kerrigan 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Where else are you going to hear words like paucity in a baseball sim broadcast? Certainly not on that channel with a fluffy cat. Thank you for that stick tap. I appreciate that. With that fluffy cat. Where's David Baseball Demos? That was funny, man. Sometimes I don't even realize what I'm saying. It would just, these come out. I just feel like when Cousin Ken is around, I've got to do the more florid prose, if you will. The fluffy cat. Tabby is the fluffy cat. All right, as I'm getting my arse handed to me here by Cousin Ken Castro and his Boston 9. All right, here's Steve Yerkes. Up, here we go. Runner throw out. The offense is going for an extra base on the hit. Do I want to attempt to throw out the runner? So, boy, on what hit? I want to see, like, where was the ball hit to? Okay, singles to right. Snodgrass up with the ball. Gardner, we got to go. We got to go for it. We got to go for it, man. I mean, there's that slight chance. But let's see, because then it's going to ask me to cut, right? It's going to ask me to cut. But does Cousin Ken want to send Kerrigan? Oh, look at this. So let me see. Throw out. There's blah, 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 blah. Cut the original throw. Yeah. Okay, nope, run scores. So there we go. Excellent. Kerrigan with the advance. So great play there by Cousin Ken Castro. Another run scores for the Boston Red Sox. It's now 7-0. Wow. So Hooks Wiltsey finally gives up his first run. Here's Steve Yerkes. And I think Hooks, he's not going to get the hook, though. Fly ball to Larry Doyle, and that will retire the side. But the Boston Red Sox pick up another run as we go to the middle of the seventh. It's the Red Sox 7 and the New York Giants nothing in this game 4 of this 1912 World Series replay. Yeah, I love it. That was fun. I'm having a blast, man. Win or lose, it's baseball, baby, and I loves it. All right. What I don't love is when I do that. Okay. We got Fletcher Wiltsey. Well, I don't know. I might pinch hit for him. And then Fred Snodgrass. Let's see if Art Fletcher can get on here. And look at Smokey Joe Wood just reveling in it right now. 4-hitter thus far. And Art and oh, here we go. So this is going to be an error on Marty Krug. So comes up with the ball that bounces out of his glove, sort of hits the heel in that little glove, and score that E6. All right, let's take a look at what might be what here. Let's get my bench. All right. So Heine Groh will come in to pinch hit. Hooks Wiltsey's day is done. Pitched 3 scoreless and then did give up that earned run finally in the top half of this inning. So Heine Groh in the box now, 271 average for him in 1912. So early in his career, I believe, yes. All right. And Heine Groh is safe on the fielder's choice. So nothing doing there for New York, back at the top of the order, and Fred Snodgrass. So just not getting her done. I had thought about bunting on that play, but getting to the point now where small ball and scratching out 2 runs it's kind of meaningless, isn't it? All right, here is Snodgrass. There is Christopher Forster. This is breaking news. Boston trades Tristan Casas to the New York Mets for prospects, per your inside sources. Wow. Okay, so big news there. If you guys are Boston fans, Red Sox fans, trading with those New York Mets. John, I know that yeah, I don't know what if that was it was 1917. I know you have him. Heck of a player. Let me see. Do I want to advance? Grow to second. We got to try it, man. We got to try it. Heine Groh going for an extra base. Let's see what happens here. We've got to get aggressive. Got to take the chance. Groh's got decent speed. And they got him. Ah, well. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're going to bring in somebody to just suck up some innings here. So we're going to bring in Crandall. Or just to take some, not suck up some innings, but just got to take one for the team here. Try to New York really just trying to scratch out 1 run. So, and Barbara is off on a quest to look for that Mets news there. All right. Mets and Red Sox. Isn't it like cats and dogs? All right. It was back in 1986, right? All right. So let's have a look at Crandall here. Good old. It's weird to see him as Otis Crandall, but there you go. Just looking at his stats here. Rather lofty for the dead ball era, 3.61 earned run average, but he did go 13 and 7 in 1912 for McGraw's Giants. All right, here's the pitch by Crandall. Duffy Lewis better than average arm. I had to go for it because I had to take the risk. All right, Marty Krug with a single over the infield. So here we go. The New York Giants now with a dozen hits in this game. So the porcine lady is she's warming up. She's warming up in the bullpen, ready to lift into Aria to the seven heavens with the defeat of the mighty giants. Here's the pitch to Smokey Joe Wood. Smokey Joe Wood 1 for 3 in the game, and double by Smokey Joe Wood. This one over first and down the line. Snodgrass up with it, and when the dust settles, Marty Krug's at third, Smokey Joe Wood at second, and Crandall thinks he's pitching from the windup, but that certainly will not be the case. All right, and is it even worth it? Is it even worth it to do this? I don't know. Hmm. Well, we got to do something here. We got to do something. So we're gonna play the infield in on this. So it's not official, says Barbara. Okay, but is it a thing? Is it a thing? That's what we want to know. As Crandall comes home to Harry Hooper. Thanks for coming in. And Harry Hooper, single to left center. Another run comes in, and the Boston Red Sox definitely is leading 8-0 and looking for more here. Offense is going for extra bases on the hit. Do I want to attempt to throw out the runner? Single to left center. Becker. Uh, hmm. we got to try to do this, because if not, right, he's going to try to advance Hooper. So that's the fun thing about playing this cards and dice head to head with somebody, because you're trying to, right, because the AI, you don't know what's going on at all, but I'm trying to size up cousin Ken here, excellent dead ball and 19th century tactician that he is, and I'm just getting my ass whipped here. I'm just trying to stop something from happening. All right, runners are attempting to go for extra base on the throw. Do I want to cut the original throw? Oh my goodness gracious. So Becker not with a strong arm out there. Not like Snodgrass, or I mean Murray's okay, but oh man. Hooper's gonna end up at second if I throw it to home. If I cut it, and if I can get Hooper, so you're gonna score either way. I don't think Becker's gonna gun down Wood at home. I really don't think that's gonna happen. Ba, ba, ba. Let's just go. Okay, run and throw. If the offense is going for an extra base on the throw, do you want to attempt to throw out a second runner? Throw cut. Okay, cut your original throw. All right, let's get this done. Harry Hooper is out, and Myers relays to Doyle, who puts him out, but a run does come across. So 2 here across for the Red Sox in the top of the 8th, but we got an out, but we traded an out for a run. So there you go. Barbara says the Boston Red Sox, let's put this up here a little easier to see. She says the Boston Red Sox officially announced a Tristan Casas trade on December 31st, 2024, although the specific team involved was not immediately clear from the announcement. Or do you mean 2025 and that was a typo? All right, inquiring minds want to know, please, Barbara. All right, back at the it's just speaker now, and still one out. But if there's any good news for the Giants, at least there's nobody on this time. All right, Crandall deals. Hell of a game you're playing here, cuz. What can I say? All right, Speaker draws the walk. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to intentionally walk Duffy Lewis and try to set up something here. I just don't want to deal with Duffy Lewis. rather somehow deal with Larry Gardner. Don't know why. Oh, so it's old news. So that was just somebody coming in here and shouting like really quick, really loudly. Okay. All right. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Barbara doing some detective work here. All right. Here we go. She says, Yup. And Larry Gardner is going to single and fill the bases. Everything that the New York Giants trying to do, just not getting it done. Just not getting it done. Okay. Infield playing in. Gotta do what we can do here. But just the hit parade keeps on coming. 15 hits for the Boston Red Sox right now. Wasted opportunities for the Giants here in game 4. Line drive caught by the pitcher. Larry Gardner is doubled off. How about that? So that will end the inning, but not before Boston tacks 2 more on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox, ludicrous number, and the New York Giants. Trying to think of something clever to say. New York Giants just sucking really hard right now. All right, here we go. Merkel, Myers, and Doyle do up. Smokey Joe Wood with a 5-hitter. And look at this. Fred Merkel comes through with a base hit. Give that man a cigar. Fifth hit. Fifth hit for the New York Giants. Will they show up in the bottom of the 9th? Probably not. All right, here is Chief Myers. He is 1 for 3, so just 5 hits the Giants have managed off. So we got, there we go. So Merkel to second. Let me see. Do we want to advance and run on Harry Hooper? Do we want to be really stupid? We're not going to run on Harry Hooper. No, 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 we're not. Nope, nope, nope. Nah, I'm not going to run on Harry Hooper. Are you crazy, man? No, I'm not going to run on Harry Hooper. All right. So hang on. Okay, got it. And Larry Doyle strikes out. And again, he is put out by Bill Kerrigan. Okay, Bill Kerrigan, very busy catcher back there today, getting credit for all the strikeouts, apparently. All right, again, 2 away, runner on from the New York. And Bills Becker will send a fly ball out to Duffy Lewis. And Steve Yerkes makes the play. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 9-0 in favor of the Red Sox. All right. And we're just going to let Crandall, he's just going to suck it up here. At least he's not going to get the loss. So that's something. That dubious honor will go to Jeff Tesreau. This is fun. I highly recommend if you have either APBA or StratMax, whatever, and you got a mate you want to play with, this is so much fun. It really, really is. Love it. All right, this is a liner, but Murray making the catch out there in center field. So good job staying with that sinking liner. It was starting to knuckle under, and he was able to stay with the ball. All right, here's Steve Yerkes now, and Crandall deals to him. So Barbara says that her Mets stink on the table tonight. That's always painful, isn't it, Barbara? Wow. All right, Steve Yerkes is going to whiff, and it brings up Marty Krug. Very little drama going on here. I'm thinking about reading some Chaucer here in a second. All right. And last gasp for the New York Giants here. The Boston Red Sox will, Boston Red Sox will be tying this game, 2 games apiece, as we head back to Boston for game 5. And it'll be Christy Mathewson versus whomever Cousin Ken is going to be sending up. So Mathewson and Marquardt will be getting the nod in the next 2 games. All right, Smokey Joe Wood to deal to Murray, and Murray swinging a miss, strike out, and put out by Bill Kerrigan. All right. So the way do we call that an assist by Bill Kerrigan or what? What do we call those things, man? What's the deal? All right, here is Buck Herzog. He is nothing for two. The wind and the pitch by Smokey Joe Wood, and Herzog swing batter, swing and a miss. All right, and it's down to Art Fletcher, the number 8 hitter. Crandall waits on deck. Crandall just wants to hit. He just wants to hit the local pub. He's had enough. He's had enough. Yeah, but it's like so the catcher gets a put out on a strikeout. Okay, it's like I'm I get it's just weird. It's like so you get that, but I don't know. I'm all like just like how does like one outfielder catch the ball and the other outfielder makes the play or the infielder? But fun and wow, what a game this is. It's a laugher. It really is. And anyhow, so Smokey Joe Wood did indeed, or Art Fletcher is waiting for Smokey Joe Wood out there. All right. So, I mean, that's unfair to the pitcher. He's the one doing all the hard work, right? Crediting the catcher with a putout. Baseball has weird rules. And that's the game. So the Boston Red Sox come back in a big way and tie the 1912 World Series as we head back to Boston. So for the well played cousin, excellent, excellent stuff. Boston Red Sox 9 runs, 15 hits, 1 error for the New York Giants. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Player of the game, of course, is going to be Smokey Joe Wood. Duffy Lewis with a homer. The Giants, just one double play turn. That was that sort of double off here. Jeff Tesreau gets the loss, stunk it up big time. So, ouch, ouch, ouch. Nothing to see here, but lots to see over here with the Boston squad. So really, at 4-0, they had this, but 4 runs in the first, one in the second, one in the third, one in the seventh, two in the eighth. Just incredible game, and for the Giants, just absolutely shut down by the great Smokey Joe Wood. Let's look at his pitching line here. So 9 complete, no runs. He whiffed 7, walked 3. Just incredible, just incredible. And the Giants just wow. So Tesreau doesn't even go an inning, right? He gets no outs. I think what was he faced 4 batters? It was, and gave up 4 runs, 2 earned. But then thinking, okay, Ames is going to come in 2 and 2/3 worked, 2 earned runs. Hooks Wiltsey did okay in 4 1/3, but finally gives up an earned run. And then Crandall just, again, 2 more earned runs. And let's face it, both just the Boston team coming out, swinging the bat hard today. Smokey Joe Wood is absolutely spot on. And the few opportunities that the New York Giants had, they just could not capitalize. So congrats, cuz you've tied it up. And we will head to Boston the next time. Oh no, Barbara, that was just a bad game. Great game for cousin Ken. You could give him a GG to cousin Ken Castro, but boy, not for us. Woof, that was really really bad. But fun. We'll log in so that this isn't like moving all over the place again. There we go. So pretty good deal. Look at this now. I'm 8-4. Blah blah blah. So, but good stuff. Look at everybody saying Happy New Year and all that. This is good stuff. Oh, Happy New Year, guys. Might as well send two. Yeah. Happy New Year. I shouldn't say you happy New Year, you wankers, right? I should probably not do that. People don't like that when you call them wankers. But there you go. Whatever. Boink. There we go. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good game, Ken. It absolutely was, man. That was really, really cool. So on that issue of like one fielder making the catch and the other fielder making the play, I really think this is just a case of again they're this is still very much in development. Both of these, both APBA and Stratmax, are both superb games. So even with the little weird misplays, everything comes out right in the end. But as they develop this, I would really, really love to see a little bit of quality of life change, just on how the play by play is sort of not that it has to be like this play by play, but I'd like to see the logical order. So what's the play resolution, the fielders involved, and then if somebody's on, um, that it just seems to be right. You listen to a baseball game, ground ball, second base, da 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 da. But there, but then the runner advances. So you always sort of get that order in baseball, and this kind of plunks it in the middle, which throws me off a little. But there are times though it will come through with some really neat play-by-play too. So I think it's a great product. I think so is Strat Max, and it's so nice to not have a horse in the race. Love them both. And cousin Ken, this is not as cool is coming up there in Rhode Island, and we're hanging out with you, or you and I hanging out somewhere and rolling some up and drinking a pint or seven. But this is pretty damn fine, brother. So thank you, and looking forward to more. When we finish this, the next thing will be Ken wants to put his '64 Phillies up against the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates. So that will be the next thing we do. But we got a long way to go here. 1912 World Series tied at 2 games apiece. How about it? Yeah, magnificent. It would be, would be, would be. So I think that's it. This is a short stream tonight here, short broadcast. Once again, um, just fun. Look at my rating, 165. We're going to work on that. So 64, four-man rotation. I need to look at those 71 Buccos here. Let's look at those teams, cousin Ken. Go Bucks. Absolutely go Bucks. Cousin Ken, man, he's let's have a look. Let's have a look here. At the let's go to Baseball Reference. Let's have a little fun here before we go. Oh, we're not going to use. Yeah, we'll use Baseball Reference. Here we go in here. Da, 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 da. Boom. Let's look at this 1964 Phillies squad. Let's see. I really should be using Brave Browser for this. Okay, what do we got? Bunning, Short, Art Mahaffey. Yeah, okay. So, all right, four-man rotation, blah, 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 blah. Pretty decent. It's a pretty interesting Phillies team. It really, really is. In fact, you know what? We're going to hang. Yeah, everybody can. Okay, no, four-man is fine. I just wanted to see, because you're Portuguese, man. So you know how it is. Let's look at the 71 Buccos. No, four-man rotation is fine with me, but Phillies are interesting. That interesting team here. So Blas Ellis, Johnson, Luke Walker. So my decision is going to have to be right, because like Bob Moose sort of makes me nervous. I mean, we had for the Pirates, this was a good pitching staff, but not great, right? I mean, Steve Blass, clearly the ace of this 1971 Pirate team. But yeah, absolutely. So, and Clinton Parks joining us. He said, Mystic. So, no, Ken kicked the living crap out of me, man. So, he tied the 1912 World Series. So, it is now 2 games apiece. He beat me 9-0, man. That hurt. All right, I'm going to do something. Let's do something fun. Let's do something kind of groovy, kind of cool, kind of, you know what. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to turn off the screen share for a minute, but I'm waiting for another game to fire up. And we're going to play. We're just going to have a little fun with this. A little, still a great team. The Phillies. Oh, yeah. All right. But yeah, and those 1912 Giants. Yeah, definitely superb team. But we're going to do something else here. And I should probably, let's share the screen. Just as a little, let's muck about here and have fun for a little bit. Okay. So we're going to bring up Action PC Baseball, and we're going to use Steve Tate's 5-year file. Da, 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 da. As soon as I find where's the damn National League, we'll have to do it up here in the season. And let's play a little game just right now, even between us two, just to play. Just because I don't feel like quitting just yet. Just yet, just yet, just yet. All right. Let me find the National League here. Where is the National League? Where are you? Do I have that installed? I probably don't. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I knew I had it on here somewhere. All right. So this is the National League version of Steve Tate's 5-year franchise file. So we're going to play. So what these are, right? 5-year chunks of franchise history. So if we look here at 1965 Philadelphia, that's actually going to accompany, that's the 63 to 67 Phillies. So this should be fun. Let's do it. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. We'll let the Phillies be the home team. Why not? So Pittsburgh, 70 to 74 against Philadelphia. Where'd you guys go? There you are. All right. And we're going to play this in Shibe, day game. And I like to be optimistic. Let's do it in the merry month of May, specifically on the 17th. All right. And let the computer take care of the fills. And hopefully I'm sharing the sound here. All right. We're going to be facing Jim Bunning. Yikes. All right. Steve Blass versus Jim Bunning should be a good lineup. Let's play. All right, here we are, Shibe Park between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Philadelphia Phillies. Steve Blass getting his start for Pittsburgh, and he will be opposed by Jim Bunning. 77 degrees here in the city of brotherly love. The wind speed 8 miles per hour in from left center field. Steve Blass will face off against the great Jim Bunning.
Play ball.
All right, and I like a bit of crowd noise here, so I gotta turn this up. So I was chatting with Barbara earlier and was kind of explaining some stuff here, and I turned these down, but I got to turn them back up again just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Volume's fine. All right. There we go. All right, Al Oliver would lead things off here. 305 average, 16 home runs, 92 runs batted in. Wes Covington will be starting in left for the Philadelphia Phillies, in center Tony Gonzalez, and in right Johnny Callison, chat favorite Johnny Callison. Going from first to third, we got Roy Sievers, Tony Taylor, Bobby Wine, and Dick Allen behind the plate. Clay Dalrymple. All right, Oliver ready in there. Here's the pitch. Al Oliver sends this to center field. Gonzalez on his horse back and squeezes it for out number 1. All right, brings up Gene Klein's getting the start today for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Al Oliver getting the day off. Klein's a 322 average with 20 runs batted in for him. Bunning winds and fires. 0-2 pitch, and Gene Klein's looks at this one, painting the outside corner. So 2 up, 2 down for Roberto Clemente, 347 average, 14 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Bunning deals, and Clemente swings this one off the mask of Clay Dalrymple. That's got to hurt a little bit. So foul ball. 0-1 pitch, and Clemente straightens it out and base hit into left field. Clemente will hold at first. So the Buccos with 1 on, 2 down, and Willie Stargell, 295 average, 38 home runs, 116 runs batted in. Bunning brings it home, and Clemente gets to second on the pass ball. Dalrymple perhaps still a little bit jangled up by that ball coming off of Clemente's bat straight into the mask. So Clemente now in scoring position. And Stargell back in the box. Fly ball, right field. This one is high. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. Johnny Callison watches it go into the streets of Philadelphia. Willie Stargell with a 2-run homer, and the Bucks get on the board first. All right, brings up Richie Hebner now. Gravedigger's son, 284, 222 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Bunning brings it home. 0-2 pitch, and Richie Hebner will swing through this one, and that will retire the Pittsburgh Pirates. But 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. We've played a half inning here at Shibe Park in Philadelphia. The Pirates 2 and the Philadelphia Phillies coming to bat. Starting defense for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Willie Stargell in left field. Gene Kleins in center. Roberto Clemente over and right. At first base, so Al Oliver actually playing first today, not Bob Robertson. At second, Rennie Stennett. At short, Gene Alley. At third, Richie Hebner. Manny Sanguillen behind the plate. So one of the reasons why I love the 1971 Pirates is I felt that they were more versatile as a squad than 1979. So you could play Al Oliver at first, Gene Kleins in center, but you still had Bob Robertson on the bench. We were strong up the middle. We still had Mazeroski. We had Jose Pagan when we needed him. So Hebner, a lot of platooning that year. Again, we have Blast playing just a really excellent year. So Tony Gonzalez leading things off for the Phils. 294 average, 4 home runs, and 53 runs batted in. Blast has the sign from Manny Sanguillen. 1-1 pitch, and this one hard liner into left. This one past Stargell is going to skip all the way to the wall. Leadoff double for the Philadelphia Phillies. So Tony Gonzalez on at second. And here comes Tony Taylor, 267 average, 4 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Got a little wind coming there, but Gonzalez just able to slice right through that. Blast brings it home, 2-0 pitch. This one bounded up the middle. Gene Alley ranges to his left, and that retired Tony Taylor, but on the play, Gonzalez moves to third. So 1 out for the Phils, brings up Wes Covington, a 292 average, with 15 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Blast from the stretch in the 1-0 pitch. Bounding ball, Rennie Stennett has it over to Al Oliver. They'll get Covington, but Gonzalez will come in to score, and the Phils get one back, 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 down for Dick Allen. Certainly not a bat to be trifled with. 310 average, 25 home runs, 88 runs batted in. And here's the pitch, 1-0, and laced up the middle, base hit. Gene Klein's up with it. So Dick Allen aboard at first. Here's Johnny Callison, 278 hitter, 29 homers, 91 ribbies for him. Blast brings it, 1-2 pitch. Callison taps this one to second, and Oliver underhands to Blast for the out. The Philadelphia Phillies pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors. 1 in the books here in Philadelphia, the Pirates 2, and the Phillies 1. All right, Manny Sanguillen, Gene Alley, and Rennie Stennett due up. Sanguillen, 322 average, 7 homers, 71 runs batted in, using the National League 5-year franchise file, courtesy of Mr. Steve Tate. 1-2 pitch. Manny Sanguillen connects, high fly ball, left field, going back on the track. Covington, this one off the wall, and Manny Sanguillen opens the second inning with an extra base hit. All right, here's Gene Alley now, 238, 7 home runs, 34 ribbies. Sanguillen edges a little bit off a second here. Not too slow for a catcher. Bunning brings it home. Alley will send this routine fly ball out to center field. Backpedaling is Tony Gonzalez. He will grab it for out number 1, and Sanguillen will retreat to second. All right, here's Rennie Stennett. 8 home runs, 56 ribbies, a 270 average for him. Bunning brings it home. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Roller up the first base line. Roy Sievers will take this to the bag unassisted on the play. Manny Sanguillen will move on to third. And here's Steve Blass. Blass with a 146 average, 2 ribbies in the league. 1-2 pitch, and lazy fly ball to left. Covington trots in, gloves it, and that will do it. The Buccos, no runs, 1 hit, no error. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Pirates lead the Phillies 2-1. So just having a little fun with the actual 2 teams that will be meeting in APBA between Cousin Ken and I after we finish the 1912 World Series. Game 5 will be in Boston next time that we're on. All right. Clay Dalrymple, 246 hitter, 8 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Lefty in the box. Steve Blass, 0-2 pitch. Dalrymple, tapper to second. Al Oliver has it. And let's score that one 3-1. It's one away now for the first baseman, Roy Sievers. 12 homers, 49 ribbies, and a 228 average for him. Steve Blass into the windup and the 1-2 pitch. And Roy Seaver, big rip and a miss. So 2 down now for the shortstop, Bobby Wine. Jim Bunning waits on deck. Bobby Wine, a 214 hitter with 5 home runs, 39 ribbies for him. Steve Blass has the sign from Manny Sanguillen and ready to bring it home. Bobby Wine, first pitch swinging, bounded to first, and it's going to be Oliver to Blass. That will retire the Philadelphia Phillies. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 2 here in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh leads the Phillies 2-1. And we're back at the top of the order for the Pirates. Al Oliver, Gene Clines, and Roberto Clemente. Oliver last time flew out to deep center field. Jim Bunning, 1-2 pitch. And Oliver, line drive, base hit into right field. Callison has it, and Oliver took advantage of the hesitation by Johnny Callison, turned on the afterburners, and picks up a double. So runner in scoring position for the Pittsburgh Pirates brings up Gene Clines. Gino last time struck out against Jim Bunning. Bunning with 2 strikeouts in the game thus far. Here's the pitch. And Gene Clines will go down swinging. Third K hung up there for Jim Bunning. 1 away. Here's Roberto Clemente. He is 1 for 1. Single to left back in the first. Dalrymple sets the target. Bunning glances at Oliver over his right shoulder. Brings it home. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball. This one is high and deep in the alley, and it is way gone. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. Roberto Clemente goes absolutely yard. It's the Lumber Company. 4-1 now, Pittsburgh. And Willie Stargell up, 2-run shot his last time up. So trying to keep up with the great one here. The great one trying to keep up with him. Bunning deals to Stargell, 1-2 pitch. Stargell, liner to right, and Johnny Callison stays with that ball. 2 down now for Richie Hebner. Hebner struck out back in the first. Bunning deals, 2-0 pitch. Pop fly in the infield. Taylor calling Sievers off, making chase toward the stands, and makes a great play. Reaches into the stands here at Scheib and pulls them out. So Tony Taylor, doff of the cap to you. Great play. That will take care of the Buccos, but 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2-run shot by Roberto Clemente. We go to the bottom of the third. Pirates 4, Phillies 1. And it will be Bunning, Gonzalez, and Taylor's due up for the Fightin' Phils. Steve Blass deals 0-2 pitch, and Sanguillen drops the ball, fires down to Oliver, and score that second strikeout for Steve Blass. Here's Tony Gonzalez. Looking forward to playing these 2 teams, cousin, because the 64 Phillies, despite the fact Clinton saying known for one of the greatest chokes of all time, this is a really good Phillies team. Really good Phillies team. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one as well. All right, and here we go. Blass winds, 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez, little tapper up the line. Al Oliver, weird bounce. And Oliver gets to the ball, kind of pops out of his glove, back down to it, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Al Oliver having a little bit of momentary lapse of reason, to quote Pink Floyd. And Gonzalez on the first. So Phillies scratch out a hit here, 1 down. Tony Taylor is nothing for 1, grounded to short. Bucco's looking for 2 here. Blass brings it, swung on, popped on the infield. Rennie Stennett comes in and makes the catch. So 2 out for West Covington, nothing for 1. So grounded to second back in the first and scored Gonzalez. Blass brings a 2-0 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Clemente over, and he will take it for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We've played 3 here at Scheib Park. Pirates and Phillies, 4-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. Manny Sanguillen, Gene Alley, and Rennie Stennett due up. Sanguillen with a double back in the second. Jim Bunning brings it home, 1-1 pitch up the middle, but Tony Taylor, ranging to his right, bare hands, fires onto Roy Sievers. Excellent play there by Tony Taylor getting to that ball. All right, so pretty good up the middle here. You got Bobby Wine at short. That's huge. A big strength of this Phillies team defensively. Johnny Callison out there and right. Just superb. All right, here's Gene Alley now. He has nothing for one. Flew out to deep center, back in the second. Bunning brings it home. 1-2 pitch. Gene Alley ripping a miss. Gene Alley just kind of flailing at that excellent fastball by Jim Bunning. So 2 away now. And number 8 hitter Rennie Stennett is due up. He has nothing for one. He grounded to first his last time up. 2-0 pitch. Stennett up the middle. Taylor ranging to his right onto Severs for the 4-3 putout. So the Buccos get nothing, and we go to the bottom of the fourth, still 4-1. And it'll be Dick Allen leading things off here. Johnny Callison and Clay Dalrymple. Allen singled in the middle, up the middle, back in the first. Steve Blass with a 1-2 pitch. And this one, soft liner into left field. Willie Stargell gets the ball in, and Dick Allen is aboard. Dick Allen with some speed at first, and here's Johnny Callison now. Callison batting in the number 5 slot. Grounded to first, back in the first inning. Blast with a check of the runner. 1-1 pitch. Callison base hit up the middle, and Dick Allen, good cut there at second. Will make third on the play. So Phillies now setting up a threat as Clay Dalrymple, potential tying run, settles into the box. Dick Allen at third, Johnny Callison at first. Callison with 7 steals in the league. Blass working out of the stretch. And here's the pitch. 1-1. Dalrymple, this one to deep short, and Alley to Stennett to Al Oliver. So they turn 2, but the Phillies pick up a run as Dick Allen will come home to score on the play. So hit deep enough, there's no way they were going to get Dick Allen. 4-2 now is your score. And here's Roy Severs, struck out back in the second. Steve Blass into the wind, 1-2 pitch. Tapper to second, Stennett to Oliver. That's all she wrote for the Phils, but they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 5th here in Shibe Park. Cross-state rivalry once again. Pittsburgh 4, Philadelphia 2. 9-1-2 due up here for the Buccos. Steve Blass, Al Oliver, and Gene Clines. Bunning brings it. 0-2 pitch. Steve Blass, looked really awful on that one. So Steve Blass goes down, and Jim Bunning hangs up K number 5. Back at the top of the order for the Buccos now. Al Oliver, 1 for 2, doubled. It's last time up. 0-2 pitch. Oliver sends us out to center field. Gonzalez and Callison converging. Gonzalez calling off Johnny Callison. So $2 up, $2 sunk. And here comes Gene Clines. He is whiffed twice. Seems like Bunning has his number. 1-2 pitch. Not this time, but this is going to be a little bounder. Bang, bang, play at first. And they nip Gene Clines. So the Pittsburgh Pirates go in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-2 here at Shibe. Bobby Wine, Jim Bunning, Tony Gonzalez due up. Bobby Wine grounded to first last time up. Blast brings it. 1-2 pitch. This one, liner to short, and Gene Alley will pull that one down. 1 away. Jim Bunning struck out, and Sanguillen throwing down to first to get him. 0-1 pitch. This one, line foul, and Oliver giving chase, but this one will make the seats. Count, no balls, 2 strikes, and Jim Bunning swings through that one, and that will be K number 3 for Steve Blass as we swing around to the top of the order. Center fielder Tony Gonzalez. Perfect 2 for 2 today, double and a single. Blass deals. 1-2 pitch. Gonzalez bounces this one to third. Hebner ranging to his left. Plants, throws Oliver, and the Phillies are done here. And after 5 complete, it is still 4-2. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and the Pittsburgh Pirates will send out the heart of the order. Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, and Richie Hebner. Pardon me. Clemente 2 for 2 today, last time up. 2-run shot. Bunning deals 1-2 pitch. Clemente taps this one to Tony Taylor. Textbook 4-3 putout of the Bucco right fielder. Here's Willie Stargell. 2-run shot back in the first, and then lined out in the third. So 1 for 2 for Chicken on the Hill with Will. 1-2 pitch, and Stargell, big swing and a miss. Jim Bunning now has fanned 6 Pirates. Richie Hebner, nothing for 2. Popped to second last time up. Hebner cuts in the first pitch. Slow bounder, Dick Allen fires across to Seaver, and Richie Hebner able to get the spike down on the bag. So the Buccos picking up their 6th hit of the game, and Richie Hebner on at first. Hebner really not a threat to steal. And here's Manny Sanguillen, 1 for 2. Grounded out his last time up. Bunting deals, and little tapper Bobby Wine goes to his right. They're going to go to first. Close play, and they get Manny Sanguillen. All right, so no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pittsburgh leads the Philadelphia Phillies 4-2. Good game we got going on here. I think Tony Taylor is 0 for 2, popped to second, back in the 3rd. All right, Blast tosses down the rosin bag, peers in, has the sign from Manny Sanguillen. The wind, 1-1 pitch. Tony Taylor golfs this one to Gene Alley. Nice bounce for Alley, plenty of time, and he will take care of Mr. Taylor. 1 out now, and here comes Wes Covington, 0 for 2. Flew out to deep right, back in the 3rd. Blast brings the 1-1 pitch. Covington sends this one to right. Clemente comes in about 13 steps and juggles the ball. Roberto Clemente, the error. So he came in, I think, a little nonchalantly on that, and Roberto Clemente paying the price. All right. Pirates not wanting this to come back to bite them in the bum. But Dick Allen, is he going to be much of a candidate to ground into a double play? Perfect 2 for 2 today. I doubt it. He's C&C Blast pretty well. Blast with a check of Covington at first. Comes home with it. And the throw, and they get Covington. Sanguillen with a quick snap, and Wes Covington caught napping at first. So big break for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Swing of the bat, Dick Allen can easily tie this up. All right, so 2 outs and bases empty. Blast brings it. Allen swings. Fly ball deep to right field. Clemente back on the ball, and he has it for out number 3. So semi-heart-stopping moment there for the Buccos is that error by Clemente may have come back to bite them, but indeed not to worry. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We've played 6 here at Shibe Park. Pirates lead the Phillies 4-2. A little bit of New Year's night baseball as Gene Alley will step in here. Alley, Stennett, and Blast do up to 7-8-9 for the Buccos. Gene Alley struck out his last time up, 0 for 2. Jim Bunning deals, count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tapper to third. Long throw across the diamond by Dick Allen, and they get Gene Alley by a country yard, we'll put it that way. So 1 away on the 5-3 putout. Rennie Stennett, 0 for 2, grounded out twice in this contest. Bunning deals 0-1 pitch. Tony Taylor, textbook 4-3, 2 up, 2 down for the Buccos. Brings up Stephen Blast, struck out last time. 1-2 pitch, and Mr. Blast goes down swinging. Jim Bunning picks up strikeout number 7. It is the 7th inning stretch time here. Sing it if you will, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Goodness gracious. I keep getting, like, this is what happens if I just get focused on a game. I miss a billion comments. So Pittsburgh is not necessarily spelled incorrectly, John Wise. What happened is when Steve Tate created this, you only have so many characters when you're modifying teams in Action PC Baseball. So he had to leave out the U and the H to be able, because he wanted to put in not only the franchise, if it's the visiting team, the city, the home team, this is set up right for their nickname, but he wanted to put in their win-loss record and their year range. So that's why. Okay. So let's back up here. I'm sorry that I missed lots and lots of. So let me see. Sorry, guys. Goodness gracious. Okay, so let me see. So Clinton is in the top of the 9th in his game. Grays Harbor here in Washington are called the Chokers. Says so right on their jersey. So, boy, have I missed a lot. Really. Good God. All right. So, Barbara says, yes, I do too. Turn it up. So, Barbara turned into Hilda Chester, says D. Scott Howard. So, good stuff. Barbara says she has a neighbor that comes up here in the summer. They always know when I'm watching a ball game. Used to buy coffee from Neighborhood Market in Huntington Beach, California. The other Tony Gonzalez worked there while he was in high school, says Stick Tack Networks. He said, I have no idea who he was until I saw his picture on the cover of the LA Times sports section when he led his high school basketball team. So the title, Aaron Reed, man of a million voices, joining us here. Thank you, Aaron, for coming in. Appreciate you. Everybody saying, we're going to make this the Barbara Eternally channel here pretty soon. Bobby Red Wine says, Aaron. Which seasonal league is this? So again, this is Steve Tate's 5-year National League file, John. And welcome in, John Wise. So is there a mode that you roll dice in and put your results? Yeah, so there is. I don't have it set up in this league, John. But yeah, so one of the big additions to Action PC Baseball this year is that you can roll dice, input your results, and it doesn't matter what game you're playing. The game will track stats, create this, you'll have a running score sheet for you, the whole thing. So absolutely huge, John. You should check it out. This is one of the premier baseball sims on the market. All right. And you did miss the game. I got my ass kicked, Dwayne, and my arse kicked. 9-0, man. So we are tied up. So Wotul says playing a game of Action PC while I listen to this one. It's a really great game. It is. Awesome stuff. All right. Nope, the Beatles and Barbara show. We can do that. All right, cool. All right, anyhow. Oh, you're very welcome, John, and welcome to the family. Welcome in. This is a family more than it is a channel. You guys aren't subscribers, you're family members. So, but yeah, if you hang around, we get through, because we're going to be through this really quickly. I will quickly show you how that works. In fact, you know what? I'll show it to you right now, even though I'm not going to. Let's go to options. Let's go to rules. And if I go over to manual entry, I'm going to do this and and click save. So what happens here, John Wise, is if I click on ME, there it is. So I'm not going to give the Phillies a freebie here or anything like that. So in your cards and dice game that you're playing, of course, you have your safe instances, out instances, fielders involved. But then if there's more fielders involved, you have more tiers over here. And if you have some weird plays, you go into here. So it works very, 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 very well. So with that said, we're going to turn it off and back into the Action PC engine. And I like when it does that. I like when it just pops around and goes boop like that. I love it. All right, here's Johnny Callison. Johnny Callison is 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th. Blass brings it home, and Callison swings, and this one base hit into center field. Yeah, Shane was starting the right pitcher, Dwayne. Bite me, cousin Ken. I'll play you again right now. No, Dwayne, I did not. You guys don't trust me. I understand. But I really hadn't realized that I started Marquardt twice. I really didn't know that, man. Oh, John Wise, man. John Wise says family. He says, I forgot his birthday. I'm sorry, John. So actually, we put Dwayne Morse in charge of remembering family birthdays. So you really need to direct your ire at Mr. Dwayne Martz over there. The CS quote, Facebook. Guess who's listening to me? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. How about it? So Dwayne Martz, what a great channel that is over there. Stick Tap Sports Network, another one. Just we got all kinds of wonderfulness, awesomeness here. So John, hope you hang out. We do have a Discord if you'd like to join, where everybody kind of hangs out, talks about the projects they're doing, the games they're playing, talking about baseball, whatever. Dwayne forgot it too. Yeah, Dwayne's a bit of a wanker in that respect, but what are you going to do, right? We also have 3 free baseball games in our Discord that you can download as well. So lots of great reasons to join the Discord. And we hope not just for the baseball games. It's really a lot of fun. So let us know, and maybe we can ask John if he wouldn't mind. We're always putting John to work here, John DFW, if he will put up the invite link. And if you'd like to join our Michael T. McGreevy or Ned McGreevy Discord, John Wise, welcome to the family. Costs you nothing, and you score a few baseball games out of it, make some friends. Not a bad deal, I'd say. All right, Clay Dalrymple is nothing for two. Johnny Callison aboard first. Dalrymple grounded into a double play, but Dick Allen able to score on the play. Callison edging off first. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. Ken Patera. So Clinton Parks bringing in some good squared circle wisdom to us. Here's the pitch. Dalrymple swings, and it's going to be a tough chance for Hebner. Hebner to send it to Oliver, and how about it? A 5-4-3 double play. Great job by the hot corner man for the Buccos to stay on that ball. Calling off Gene Alley and the good strong peg. So 2 away, bases empty now, and here's Roy Sievers grounded to second back in the 4th. Blast deals. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball deep to left. Sargent looks up, open the window, Aunt Minnie, and the Philadelphia Phillies get one back here in the bottom of the 7th. The Phillies trail the Pirates now just by 4-3. Brings up Bobby Wine. He is nothing for 2 today, grounded out, and just your basic little line out. Blast deals. 0-1 pitch. Bobby Wine gets good contact on this, but Hebner back steps and throws to retire Bobby Wine and the Philadelphia Phillies. But they do pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors. 7 in the books here inside. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates 4 and the Philadelphia Phillies 3. Ain't cheating if they don't catch you. So John, right there, John Wise, there is the link to our Discord. Please friend us. You know, Beatles Eternally. I'm Beatles Eternally on there, all one word, as I am here. Everybody here, all these scoundrels. It's a great, knowledgeable, very friendly baseball community. So we do hope you'll join. All right. We are back at the top of the order for the Bucks here in the top of the 8th inning. Al Oliver, Gene Clines, and Roberto Clemente. Al Oliver is 1 for 3 in the contest. All right, Jim Bunning looking pretty strong out there right now through 7 innings of work. 4 runs, 4 earned, 6 hits. He's given up 2 dingers, though, but has struck out 7. Bunning deals, 2-1 pitch, popped up the chute behind the plate. Dalrymple tosses aside the mask, gloves it for out number 1. All right, ball goes around the horn as Gene Clines grabs a stick of ash from the old barrel. Thank you, Ernie Harwell, for that one. Gene Clines now in the dish, or in the box. Struck out twice, grounded to short. Gene Clines trying to get it out of the infield today, where he's got to answer to the Kangaroo Court. 1-0 pitch, and there we go. Soft fly ball into center field. Gonzalez stays with it, brings it down. 2 away, Roberto Clemente, 2 for 3. Bunning deals, 1-2 pitch. Clemente swings and comes up empty. All right, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here, and it will be Bunning, Gonzalez, and Taylor. We'll see if Philadelphia is going to go for a pinch hitter here for Jim Bunning, just down a run. And we will have Doug Clemens come in to pitch hit. So Jim Bunning's day is done. Here's the pitch to Clemens. Clemens, hard ground ball to Richie Hebner, a third, close play, and they're not going to get Clemens. The throw gets down too low for Al Oliver, able to hang on to it, but Clemens aboard at first, Richie Hebner with the error. So the Buccos with 2 miscues today. Luckily, the first one by Roberto Clemente does not come back to bite them. All right, so tying run on board for the Philadelphia Phillies is Tony Gonzalez having a good day at the plate. He is 2 for 3. Is Dwayne Martz, who hates the Giants, by the way, even the New York Giants, is as if they owe him from, like in a poker game or something like that. And so Dwayne proclaims, he says, Ken, I think Beatles knows the only way a Giant team can win is to cheat. Of course, everybody knows that Dwayne and I have a long-going kind of, we'll call it a discussion between, who's the greatest center fielder in baseball history. The answer, of course, we all know, is Willie Mays. However, I think that Dwayne he has Giants denial syndrome. I think is really what that is. So I think that's what it is. So it's okay. We're bringing Dwayne along. Yeah, so John Wise, if you just type in Ned McGreevy League, and you're there. So, but yes, he has giant derangement syndrome, and so we have to be careful with Dwayne though. We have to ease him in there. He's talking about how much jewelry Mickey Mantle had compared to Willie Mays, and I didn't know this was a Cartier contest, but rather baseball. But we love Dwayne. We do. Great fella that he is. Mays left New York because he was not even the best center fielder. Oh my God! Boom! Oh my goodness gracious! All right, so that's a good one, Dwayne. When it comes to the Mays Mantle debate, you can always count on some good comedy from Dwayne Morris. We really appreciate it. He writes his own material. All right. Clemens on at first, and here's Tony Gonzalez. Steve Blass deals 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez sends this to right field. Clemente back, and it's not deep enough. Clemente will make the catch for out number one. Clemens, we usually say scampers back to first, but I don't think a lot of baseball players like to be thinking of scampering. So we shall say that with the fortitude of the 300, he does a tactical flank of first. How about that? Sparta! All right, anyhow, here's Tony Taylor 0 for 3. I'm starting to get hyper because it's 10:30, and that's the time I get hyper. Blast deals. 1-2 pitch. Tony Taylor swing and a miss. 2 down here in the 8th inning. Wes Covington was caught napping last time. Steve Blast deals 0-1 pitch, and little ground ball. Al Oliver will take this one to the bag unassisted, and that will do it for the Phils in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Buccos leading 4-3, and Dallas Green will now come on to pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies. Looking at Green's numbers in this file, a 3.89 earned run average, 4 wins, 3 losses, a save, and 81 innings pitched. All right, Willie Stargell, Richie Hebner, Manny Sanguillen. It's true he left. So Dwayne, it's interesting because I think that had Willie Mays stayed in New York while the rest of the Giants moved to San Francisco, would have been really cool, because I think that Willie Mays would have shown such amazing talent that all you would have needed in that would have been the 17th franchise if the New York Giants would stay, right? You just need Willie Mays, man. Willie Mays, right? Because those guys could be doing like fungos or hitting off little, what's that game? T-ball, right? Hitting off the tee. Willie Mays, man, he'd be trolling all over the outfield. Willie Mays be hitting home runs all day. So it'd be Willie Mays. And the Mick, he would just be there like, you know, he's like, hi, I'm the Commerce Comet. And there you are. So, yep. Oh, man. Dwayne Morris is fired up tonight. He's going to start 2026. He's causing a row here, and I love it. He says he's not even the best center fielder in the National League in his own city. Of course, oof. All right. So again, you understand, folks. We're very gentle with Dwayne. We're very, very gentle with Dwayne, because you know that giant derangement syndrome runs deep. The current president thinks that people have derangement syndrome against him. Nothing compared to Dwayne Morris's abject loathing. It is putrescent, his loathing of the Giants. And I'm a Pirate fan, but I recognize the malady. I understand it. As Clint says, excuse me while I go barf. All right, here we go. Stargell 1 for 3. Green pitches, and Willie Stargell swing and a miss. So Dallas Green with a quick punch out. That brings up Richie Hebner, 1 for 3. Infield single last time up. 1-2 pitch. Richie Hebner cannot catch up to it. So look at Dallas Green. 2 buckos up, 2 buckos down. Can he get the trifecta in strikeouts? As Manny Sanguillen in there now. 2 groundouts and a double. 2-1 pitch. And Manny Sanguillen is going to line one to left, base hit. All right. When we get to the Philadelphia ninth, it's going to be Dick Allen, Johnny Callison, and Clay Dalrymple. Gene Alley, nothing for 3. Green deals. And roller up the first base line. Roy Sievers will take it to the bag. 3 unassisted. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Pirates of 1970 to 74 lead the Phillies of 1963 to 67, I believe, in this file. 4-3. Again, this file courtesy of Steve Tate, freely available in APC community. Make sure to give Steve a thank you for this, though. These are great files. 90-plus teams in the National League, 90-plus teams in the American League, all hand-coded by Steve Tate and free for Action PC users. All right, Dick Allen in the box. Dick Allen, 2 for 3. They're on their feet here at Shibe. Every batter up here represents the tying run. And hard ground ball past Gene Alley into left, base hit. Tying run aboard for the Phils. Dick Allen with his 3rd hit today. Johnny Callison now 2 for 3. Steve Blass ready to deal. Here's the pitch. Callison gets a bunt down. It's a good one. So sacrifice. Phillies playing some station-to-station baseball here. And the tying run now in scoring position for the Quaker Nine. Clay Dalrymple, nothing for 3. Blast deals, base hit, left field, and this game will not be tied. They're going to hold Dick Allen, and the Buccos are going to have a go out and have a little chin wag here with Mr. Steve Blass. So Blass is not tired. However, in the jargon of this game, not tired does not mean he is strong. So we are going to go ahead and do Summit here. We're going to bring in our closer right now. So Steve Blass's day is done. It's up to Dave Giusti to try to get something going here. Here's the pitch. Seaver swings. This one fouled third base side, and this one bounces into the seats. Well, I'm not managing the Phillies, so I don't want to squeeze play. I've got the Pirates. All right, Giusti ready has the sign from Manny Sanguillen, and here's the pitch. Swung on by Sievers, and this is a tie ball game. Sievers puts up the RBI. Dalrymple going for 3. It's a rundown, and Dalrymple able to get to third. So the Phillies now tied up in the bottom of the 9th, and the go-ahead run just 90 feet away has his cousin Ken Castro inching forward in his seat. We shall see, we shall see. Bobby Wine, nothing for 3. And Giusti in trouble here with just 1 out. Here's the pitch. And big clutch strikeout there. Bobby Wine goes down, but Dallas Green, who will not hit for himself, and John Hernstein will come in as a pinch hitter. Giusti deals to the lefty. Hernstein walks it off. RBI single, and that's your ball game. The Philadelphia Phillies take this one from the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4. That was fun. Dad, that was fun. For the Phillies of 1963 to 1967, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Pirates of 1970 to 74, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 miscues. Highlights for the Pittsburgh Pirates in a losing cause. Roberto Clemente went 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBI. And Willie Stargell goes 1 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. For the Philadelphia Phillies, Gonzalez goes 2 for 4 with a double. Dick Allen, 3 for 4. Roy Sears, 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBI. Dallas Green gets the win. Steve Blass tagged with a loss. Good ball game, though. So for Clinton, let's check the pitching here. Steve Blass went 8 1/3, 5 earned runs. including giving up a home run and struck out 4. Dave Jussie gets the blown save. Way to go, Dave. Um, Struck out 1. Jim Bunning went 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, gave up 2 home runs, 8 strikeouts distributed by Mr. Bunning. And then Dallas Green comes in, and Dallas Green gets the win. Just gave up a hit and struck out 2. All right. And this was an exhibition game, so it's not going to give us a player of the game. So there we go, baby. That was fun. Barbara says, lots of fun. All right. So the Philadelphia Phillies. Will Toole says he played about a half dozen games of Action PC baseball today, all with various Red Sox teams and all one-run games. Glad you're enjoying it. This is a great game. Thank you, John. It is really cool. It is a super, super cool game. I love Action PC baseball, and I'm actually doing a 1971 project because the other big addition to this game this year is what's called Legacy Mode. So let's say, and we're going to be doing this experiment. So we've got 1971, and we're playing it at Action PC, but some of the games I'm actually going to do manual input as well. But the idea is that the end of it, then when moving into 1972, it's going to bring in those rookies and you just put them on their proper teams. And the nice part about it is you don't have to own the season. So really two fantastic additions. This is a huge, huge year for Action PC baseball. And I don't know. Yeah, it's just such a great game. I don't know how familiar you are with Action PC, but this is just such a great baseball game. All right. Clinton says he's got a National Pastime 3 running right now. A game I wish I had the money to go all in on. I love the look of that game. And but right now, $30 a season can't really do that. So Ken, what's going on, man? He says he hasn't rolled a game in 8 days. Burnout, apparently. That's what happens. You roll 400 to 700 games a year. You'll be back on it, cuz you'll be back on it, man. That's the nice thing about these, right? It's you're gonna take a break and do what have you. And for me with these games, I'll go on like little like binges per game and stuff like that. Um, so it'll be a run of Action PC and then some out of the park baseball, and then I'll be like really weird. Hey, we haven't done an old time baseball game in a while, and all that good stuff. Clinton says he's got Ken's back. Ken says he's just not feeling it, brother. It is all good, man. I was so not feeling it. I have I took. I mean, so this channel started, or this family. Back then, it was just a channel. Back in 2018, and I took 2 different years off from doing this. John Weiss has downloaded this game a week ago, but haven't. Oh, John, I don't feel like leaving just yet. John, let me show you a couple bits of coolnesses about this game. You saw one of them in game was the sort of batter pitcher analysis tool that I was using, but that can also be kind of used outside of the game, which is really, really cool. So let me show you that, because this was huge, huge, back in, I think this was the 2023 or 2024 edition. So in whatever league that you have loaded up, John Wise, since we have 2 Johns here, I got to be John DFW and John Wise. Let's choose just 2 teams here from 1971, but we could have used that with that big file from Steve Tate. Let's pick Dwayne's favorite team, the San Francisco Giants, against the team he hates the most, would be the Atlanta Braves. So we've got all the hitters, all the pitchers, all the hitters, all the pitchers. And so let's say that we're going to do, let's see how the Giants, right, are going to hit against Barber. So there we go. Now it's going to fill in these percentages. Now in game, this will change based on the situation, how the pitcher's doing, and things like that. But for roster creation, for just looking at your rosters and what have you, this is really, really, really a great tool. Okay, then we can go down here and how are these pitchers going to do against these brave batters? So we'll just let's just bring up the baby bull, right? Orlando Cepeda. So there we go. We can see who's going to have trouble with whom. And we can even switch up here. We can go from Atlanta to the Chicago Cubs, and it's going to match them up that way. You can, of course, set up limitations on the kind of display that you want to do and things like that. This is really, really, really super fun. And it's a great way to analyze team matchups at any given time in the game. All right. Call you Little John. Okay, Little John it is. Welcome in. So Dwayne not feeling well. He's been so there's a bad flu going around. So just heard this kind of super flu crap going around. All projects go through a phase, says Todd B. Welcome in, bud. He says, especially when you have to square a couple of teams. They're like 20 games above 500. Absolutely. Dwayne, get well, buddy. And I think you will definitely then also be over the giant derangement syndrome, and you're going to be fine. So, but yeah, you know what? Dwayne plays, all kidding aside. What an excellent channel Dwayne has. He's doing using Digital Diamond Baseball as the board game assistant and playing 1978 Braves Yankees replay. So that way you get to see every team. And so Dwayne doing that. He's also doing the APBA pre-bats and post-bats all-time great sets. And he will get back to an amazing World Series project at some point, I hope, in out of the park baseball. So, John, you have the 1980 season. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do something here. Let's find. I believe yes, I do. Yeah, I do have 1980 installed. So let's muck about here with it. All right. So let's change seasons. I don't know if I have 1980 set up to play. No, I don't. I don't have it set up to play, but we can still use it. So we did do some games here, 1980. I just didn't set any of that stuff. So again, we can use that batter pitcher analysis tool right here, and we can change it to replay stats too. So, but let's see, what would we have coming up here? So, Phillies Montreal. So Ruthven versus Lee. Jim Bibby versus Fulgham, Buccos and Cardinals. So yeah, 1980 is a fun season, and I always love it in 1980 games when I can play my Pirates against Ken's Phillies. That's always good stuff. So we're on April 12th. So well, welcome. All right, David, baseball demos. You weren't here earlier. Stick Taps Sports Network. Just said it was just hilarious. So, but it was saying it can't do it out of context now. We'd have to reenact the whole thing. He says 2020 Demolition League. All right, so kicks off Saturday afternoon. So coming Saturday, guys, day after tomorrow. The league is all set up at Action PC Baseball, ready to go for manual entry. Looking forward to it, Dave. So Little John says he was in ninth grade in 1980. I was in ninth grade in 1880, and Ken was in. What did they call it, Ken, when you were there in 1780? They didn't call it grades then, did they? Something else. But yeah, those meaningless games are better to play. They are. So, no matter whether you're playing digital or cards and dice, they really, 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 really are. So, Little John, I think you're going to really, really like Action PC Baseball. Hopefully, you've gotten you've gone around, found player picks, ballparks. They're all free. APC community and the Action PC forums. Cheech, a guy named Cheech, a user there, does all the real player photos, and they can be used in Action PC and out of the park baseball, and tons of ballparks. Mark Shaw puts up like a ballpark every day. Excellent logos, collections, uniforms. The Action PC baseball community is fantastic. Grab Steve Tate's 5-year franchise files. So D. Scott was your proctor. Yeah, so okay, that'd be 1680. I'm sorry, got that. So so Todd B agreed that those certain games are a bear to play, but he says his conscience will not allow him to autoplay. Clinton feels that auto playing is sacrilegious. So these guys are making me feel like crap. But this would take 10,000 years to just that's wow. So I can't just stay in one season. I wish I could do that in a way, but I can't. I can't. Ken Castro says, "What is autoplay?" So who is your gamble? But anyhow, that's it. So Little John broadcast pretty erratically here, but Saturday nights are usually what our chin wags here. So we hang out. Hey Tim, welcome in. Tribe Fan 879. We got a Tribe Fan back to broadcasting, and he has become whether he likes it or not, but I love it. My kind of partner in crime on Saturday night chin wags. We didn't degenerate too badly this time, did we, Tim? Good to see you. And Stick Tap Sports Networks has just finished up a game. Why am I doing this here? Do it like this. Just finished up a game between the 1960 Cardinals and the 1915 Phillies. Flint Rem outdueled Grover Cleveland Alexander. Flint Rem with a one hitter, so 2-0. Wow, good stuff. Gee. Oh man, Dr. Jellyfinger, you guys. Um, what platform? So this was done in Pocket Pennant Run. Cool stuff. Pocket Pennant Run, excellent. So here we go. Mick F is so awesome at doing this for people. Thank you, Mick. So if you're looking for Steve Tate's 5-year franchise collections, along with there's a ton of other projects, the APC sports community, thank you for that, Mick. Really, really appreciate you. There's logo files on there. There's seasons on there, like home seasons, ton of ballparks, all kinds of great things in the APC sports community. So if you're a newbie to Action PC, believe me, there is no scarcity of things to add and play in this great game by DK Sports. Um, all right, and Tribe Fan wishing everybody a happy. So chin wags are better without the echoes. We figured it out, David, and I could actually right now bring you on here and there would be no echoes. We figured out the problem that in EVMUX, if you're sharing your system sound, that's why the echo's happening. So next time you're on, no echoes. As long as you have your YouTube muted, because then you'll be on here, not on YouTube. But that was the issue. Yep. Yeah. So Tim keeps me on point. He's very much like Bernie Strom in that regard. Uh-oh, that link fails. All right. Well, we'll do it like this. So let me see what we can do. Site can't provide a. Oh, you know what? It's not you, Mick. It's the site, because I'm having trouble hitting it too. So the other thing that you can do is just go to the Action PC baseball forums, and you can find tons of stuff. Love this game. Love it. I like the way it's doing. The way it's doing leaders now. I think it looks really nice. So nice new addition here. Um, just a fantastic game. But the manual entry, Little John, I think is you'll really like. There's no syntax to learn. Just boom, 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 and keep on playing. David Baseball Demos is impressed enough with it that he's using it in his demolition league. And David is a picky guy when it comes to baseball. You know what would shock me though, David, would be if Robert ever used this in conjunction, like would do entry with this with inside pitch. I mean, I don't think that would happen, but I'd love to see him do a game. I know he's about to kick off right his next season and everything, but I'd love to see Robert do a game and do manual entry with this. I think it'd be super cool just to see what he'd think of the process. Because Robert is Robert. He's got his thing jamming. But looking forward to that demolition league. So Saturday, David, do you have a time again? Did you put a time? You just said Saturday, but I didn't see a time. So please let us know so we can all come and hang out at your house with you and Tabby. So Tabby is the official YouTube sports gaming community fur baby. Yeah, he doesn't keep stats. I know, only tracks wins and losses. And does a great job. I would just, and he does use. He showed us on a chinwag how he uses Action PC to set up his inside pitch seasons. I would just love him to try, but I think that would break his rhythm because there's a lot going on. I get it. and you get a certain rhythm going. I know for me when I was doing the manual entry in this, and when I was doing it in Pocket Pennant Run, and you do kind of get thrown off. You get into a certain groove in the game, but I'd like to just see what he thinks about doing this, maybe on an off, like not an on-channel project for him, but just trying it with rolling up maybe just a short 20-30 game thing, and just to get his thoughts on it. So around noon on Saturday will be the 2020 Demolition League. So please subscribe to Baseball Demos. That's the first baseball channel I found on YouTube back in 2017, I think it was. And I thought, what's this dude doing here? And it was pretty cool. First two games I saw him doing there were Diamond Mine Baseball and Baseball for Windows. Tribe Fan says the game to get him to do that will be when he does his All-Star game. That would be fun. So let's go over here. David says if no one saw it, the demolition selection show was done this morning and available to watch to see which 10 teams made the cut. Tabby is the best, says Sticks Tap Sports. She's beautiful. She's so beautiful. I have to say quietly, though, my two cats get a little bit upset. But she is. She's so sweet. Oh, my God. I remember the first time seeing Tabby, and it's like all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. It was great. It was like watching one of those sort of, but she's much, it's a beautiful cat, but like a Japanese monster movie. And, imagine all the little baseball players there, right, running for their lives as this cat, boom. So Dave has to get Tabby's permission, and we were lucky to have her on the Chinwag. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago or something? So great stuff there. Todd B says any league that uses the word demolition must include some train wreck of an Indian season. Todd, there's one thing that at least one thing that Cleveland and Pittsburgh fans have is, we're going to admit, we've had some sucky years, man. So that's good. If those Braves fans could do that, that'd be all right. But it's Braves fans. So Lil John says, do you have a different name? So did I or did Dave? Oh, Baseball Demos. So Lower Slower Board Gamer is not David Baseball Demos. Two guys. Lower Slower Board Gamer is this awesome tenor who's a dead ball fan, a Pittsburgh Pirate fan, and so different people. Yeah, Chris Delaware. Hell of a singer. Oh my God, can this guy sing? Jeez. Tribe fan says to Todd, so we got two Indians fans hanging, or Guardians fans, whatever you want to call it here. Using the term Indians, we're showing 1980 here. You mean almost any season from 1955 to 1993? Ooh. So yeah, Little John, if you know Chris, I used to be subscribed to Chris's channel, and then I think he went away for a while. I don't know if he's back. I guess I got to look for him. I really miss him. What a good guy he is. Real gentleman. And you ask him who's his favorite team on Connie Mack's 1910, 11, right, and 12. He's going to tell you it's Rewoldring, like all day. So Chris Delaware, big dead ball fan. Used to do some dead ball on his channel. He and I were kind of like the only two that was doing dead ball baseball. So he posted something yesterday. I've got to find him again and resubscribe, because he did stop broadcasting for at least a year or so and didn't know he was back. So that's good. Putting the band back together. It'd be cool if the two Earls were around again too. They may well be. I don't know. And let's revive Apple horse racing. Chris from Delaware, the premier man. The premier says Clinton, the premier man was Strat, and also used to do tutorials for us on a lot of other baseball games. Yeah. What a good guy. What a really, really, really good guy. Real gentleman. And has a definite style. He's a definite style to him. It's really, really good. So I think that's about it, folks. You've put up with me for 2 hours and 14 minutes. And what more can a basil ask for? You fancy a gem, boss. That. The two Earls, they're just as bad as you and cousin. Nobody's as bad as you and cousin. Nobody. Nobody's as bad as you two. The two Rollers are awesome. And I do miss Apple horse racing on Sunday night. Oh God, was that fun? Could you guys believe, right? D. Scott Clinton, and you were there, and cousin Ken. Did you know? I mean, wow, right? So that was like that'll be 9 years ago. 9 damn years ago that they did that. What the hell? It seems like, yeah, it just seems like, it was like just maybe within the last year and a half. 9 years ago, we used to congregate on the two Earls and their on that channel that they shared on a Sunday night for them. For me, it was a Monday morning. I was in Europe, and Apple horse racing. It was glorious, man. Everybody showed up. It was fantastic. Our Red Sox fan, ID Jester, Chris Delaware, everybody, man, was, and that was just it. It was the shit, man. Yeah, you know what, Clinton, you're absolutely right. He says it was the best break from baseball that we all could use. It was fantastic. Todd B says 9 years ago, and Ken is still using the same dice. Little John says he played. Let's bring this over here. I played strat baseball against Glenn Gutso at one of the play conventions in Colorado. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. So you're into History Maker baseball then also? Yeah, Little John. I love watching other people play that. Baseball demos, in fact, some years ago. David, that was what, 2019 you did that? Was you created, it was like with like two teams, members of the community or something like that. So somebody asked David, I think it was last week in one of his broadcasts, if he was thinking about doing that again. And so I'll let David answer when he wants to answer. Okay, so Little John plays some History Maker baseball. Cool. So Ken asking, Gutso wrote the strat book, correct? All right, there we go. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I've never been to one of like a baseball sports gaming convention, so I'd certainly love to check something like that out someday. Hell, I'm a member of Saber. I'm even on one of their committees, and I've never been to a Saber meeting yet. So, blah. That's not true. I did a presentation at one meeting. So I take that back. I did a presentation at one meeting. But I would love to do that. I think that would be so much fun. So somewhere. So tomorrow we've got the Ticonderoga Stooges game tomorrow afternoon in History Maker Baseball. What's a whiffer? Stick Tap Sports Network is asking you History Maker Baseball guys. Now, Ken Castro would be able to answer what's a fluffer. See if Ken catches that. He would know what a fluffer is. Of course, I only know what a fluffer is because I'd heard about it, unlike Cousin Ken, who, anyhow, Saber's doing some kind of thing. Yep. Yeah. So I'm saying we are, yes. And so I'm participating in that. Derek Bain has really kind of offered me to kind of co-work with him on his as well. So I don't know if Derek knows what I'm dealing with right now, family wise, but hopefully that offer is still open by Derek Bain, who is big wheel in that one. Someone who strikes out more than normal. Yep, Dave Gardner does a digital dice convention in Connecticut in May 2026. Sure, Beatles. Yeah, you heard about it. So we're not going to talk about fluffers here. We won't talk about fluffers, I guess. But yeah, nice. Nice. Stick Tap. I never asked you, dude, what do you got coming up? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? My job just keeps me from all over the place. And of course, since Christmas, yeah. When Tab uses litter box, you become an unwilling whiffer. Yeah, there's nothing like that fragrance from cats, huh? The one that knocked me out is when I was working as a zoo instructor and was back in the lion habitat. Whew. I mean, your eyes literally are burning and tearing up. So you think our domestic kitty cats, man, whew, be around a big cat when they decide to evacuate, and you'll know it. You won't know it. Your hair, it'll singe your hair, man, all over the place. Yeah. He says that's a whole stick tap says that's a whole other type of play game, fluffers, strokers. Yeah, the Spokane strokers and the Fresno fluffers, I guess. It could be, could be, could be. All right, I want to thank you guys, everybody, for coming in. All of you and Little John, we welcome you to our family. When you're in here 3 times, you get a wrench. So basically, since almost everybody in here has a wrench, it's really just a way of saying thank you. But you do get to knock out every once in a while. We'll get a strunts in here. You get to knock them out. And just have fun. Boom, gone. You're dead. So, oh, you're most welcome, Barbara, darling. You are most welcome. And everybody else, you've heard my voice long enough. Tribe fan is going to have the last laugh or the last word. He says, sounds like something of a parody of a Steve Miller band song would be with fluffers and stroke. Yeah, but I am not going to be neither a fluffer nor a stroker. Thank you very much. And with that, I'll see everybody around the batting cage. Good night.